Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg speedrunning tutorial. This video will be covering Circus Park Mission 1, which is the Golden Egg mission of the level. But without further ado, I'm just going to do my run through of the level before I break it all down and show off all the strats. So let's get right into it. Okay, so this level starts off with a corner jump, or corner cut I should say, because we're going to dash jump here and skip this entire slide. From here you can dash 3 times and then dash jump at the end of the third dash to skip this gate and get to the blue ring. Easy. Next up we have these cats. They're a little bit RNG on how they maneuver. Sometimes they'll come right to you, sometimes they'll have other plans. But that's fine, you just need 5 fruits to snipe these penguins. Well, you need to snipe the first penguin and dash through the other 2, and that's like the best way to do it. Once you're in this ring, you just jump out of it, and then you can roll into that yellow ring if you want to optimize. And then you want to jump here. I like to jump here anyway, and then egg shoot into its corner. And you can just vault over the egg with a dash jump essentially, and do a nice little skip like that. That trick is known as a PDR. I think I've showed PDRs in my Forest 1 tutorial, but not in that depth. Here's the hard section of the level. Okay, so we've got cherries, that's good. We just need one more fruit drop. And then these big fruits. And that's really good, yeah. That's a really good Circus 1. We're trying to at least show off RNG and stuff and the good movement. So yeah, you don't want to just come here to hatch this Elder. Anywhere in this rough general area, as long as like you don't put the Elder inside the emblem spawn, you're fine. So usually around the edges it's fine. Just be careful on like a few of these jumps because it is quite a tough level. Definitely one of the easiest ones to lose time on, even if you play it well. But anyway, that was the level, and coming up next will be the detailed breakdown. So I will see you there. Okay, so as I said, this level starts with a nice little corner jump, and that corner jump is really easy, so we're just going to mash through this text box and grab this egg. From the moment we grab the egg, we're going to dash to the right and then just dash off the corner and I think hold forward, maybe just the camera and hold forward. I can't remember how I do it, but it's going to look something like this. And yeah, landing on that slide is really easy. You want to come to around roughly here, and as you get up you want to turn the camera and just dash 3 times, and at the end of the dash jump. At the end of that dash you can just dash jump is what I want to say. And then you should just be able to land in these blue hoops. You have to wait for these blue hoops to like fully extend before you can like jump out of them, otherwise you cut it short, and then you can just mash A through these yellow hoops and get through. Next up is the cat section, so let's talk about that now. Alright, so the goal of here is to have a full egg by the time that the penguins spawn. That's pretty easy to do. There's 6 cats here, 5 giant fruit is enough to max out this egg, even with the worst RNG. So, and there's 6 cats here, so there's 12 fruit available. So, literally just kill these as fast as possible. I like to egg shoot, just because they drop the fruit immediately, and if I get watermelons I can pick up less fruit. So yeah, I think you need just 3 fruit if you get 2 watermelons, if my math is correct. So, as you see watermelons, pick them up and pick up 1 other fruit and you should have a maxed egg. From here, I like to come over, like, I'd like try and space like a full egg shoot distance away from this penguin on the left, because essentially, like, if I try and dash into this first penguin, the other ones will notice me and start spinning, and it's very annoying when that happens. So we're going to try and basically just come in from like, I guess if the penguin's facing, like, if we're facing forward from the penguin, we're going to come down from the bottom left of it and egg shoot from that direction because it's further away from all the other penguins, and we're going to try and snipe it with an egg shoot. It should look like this, and then we can just dash through these 2. So here, then we have to wait for text box. I like to jump and roll, like so, but you can just do whatever you want. You can dash jump, you can dash, jump and roll. It's up to you how you do this. It doesn't really matter. As long as like you get in the hoop fairly quickly, you've got no problem with that. Okay, so once you're in the hoop, we're going to roll into this yellow hoop and wait for that blue hoop to fully extend again before we get into these dark blue hoops, I guess you'd call them. We're both blue. Why do they have to make both the hoops blue? But regardless, we're going to come through here. And we're going to hit all these switches starting from the one that's to Billy's right. And go around clockwise. This is just the best way to do it. And then we need to set up for a trick called a PDR. So I like to jump here just to set it up properly. But you can do what you want. Okay, so let's explain this PDR rather than like get too ahead of ourselves. So funny I say I was going to stop that recording because I'm a wimp. I did actually fail, so you get to see me set up again. So we're going to hit these rings, jump here, and aim our egg shoot into this corner like so. I'm taking my time with this, but usually I just yellow all this. So after this egg shoot, we're going to grab this egg, and as you see, this text box comes up. I roughly timed it so if you grab the egg immediately, you have about 1 or 2 steps before you have to dash jump. So after this text box ends, we're going to start walking forward and then dash jump. Like so. It's pretty easy to time. So yeah, basically text box, take 1 or 2 steps, and then dash jump. If that doesn't work, there are other strats you can do, or you can just keep trying it until you get it. I am not going to show you any strats that involve this boardwalk section because it is really slow, and the strats that I'm going to show you for this level are easily retryable, and it's just way better than having to go all the way around. So let's continue onwards. Okay, so this section is dedicated to Chiron doing maths. In the next section, is the most infamous part of Circus 1, I should say. This is the part where RNG effectively makes you get really far ahead of your runs or makes you lose 20 seconds. It's really annoying, and it's definitely the most annoying part of most speedruns because you can be on the best pace and then RNG just says no. But I'm going to try and do my best to explain how fruit pointing works and try and show off why RNG actually matters here. So let's just go up to the top after I've explained how the point values work. So every egg we've decided to assign points to fruit and work out how many points it takes to max out an egg using a bit of math. And we finally found a system that works. So a small fruit that is not preferred, say for the golden egg, it'll be any fruit that's not a cherry or a pineapple and it's small, that is worth 1 point. A cherry and a pineapple for a golden egg, so a preferred fruit, is worth 2 points if it's small. If it's a giant fruit and it's non-preferred, then it's worth 5 points. And if it's a giant fruit that is preferred, like a cherry or pineapple, then it's worth 10 points. A golden egg will max out at 48 points. Okay, so I want to give a quick shout out to Ludafisk for compiling all this data that we have. In case I did cut out the bit of recording where I said this, so as we said, the points are worth 1, 2, 5 and 10 depending on RNG. Of course, 5 and 10 are the big fruits, and 1 and 2 are the small fruits. A golden egg takes 48 points to fully grow. So yeah, shout out to Ludafisk for compiling all this data for us. This makes it a lot easier to explain stuff. Also, I've learned that I am such an amateur at trying to do tutorials because I was trying to run off numbers in my head in the previous recording, and God, I was not getting anywhere. I was losing track of the numbers, and essentially, it was just a mess. However, I've now wrote down all the numbers, and I know exactly what I want to say. It's almost like I got a script, but I've just got notes. It's progress. So, essentially, what we're going to do is we're now going to look at this next section and show off the RNG. I don't really care about the movement right now. So right off the bat, we have 8 bouncing cats. If they all drop to the non-preferred fruits, they'll give us a minimum amount of points of 8. If they all drop to good RNG fruit, which is so unlikely, but it's always best to consider it, they can drop points worth 16. In these boxes, you'll find 1 cherry, a banana, and an apple, which we can calculate to be worth 4 points. So 8 plus 4 equals 12 at a minimum point. At this point, 16 plus 4 is 20 for the maximum. And then we're going to come over here, and as you can see, we have 14 points here because we have 4 points of watermelons and a nice fat 10 point of pineapple. So now we can work out that our minimum 12 plus 14 is 26, and our maximum of 20 plus 14 is 34. Then we have not 1, but 2 large cats. I'm just gonna get them into shot. If they both drop the non-preferred fruit, then they'll drop basically 5 non-preferred big fruits. So 4 non-preferred big fruits, which are worth 5 points each, is what I want to say. So 5 times 4 is 20, so that's the minimum points that they could be worth. So 26 plus 20 equals 46. And if they dropped both very good RNG, then they could be worth 40 points, because that'll be 10 times 4 equals 40. And then that makes our maximum point value 74. So essentially in this section, you can get a minimum score, egg score, point score, whatever you want to call it, of 46. But you can get a maximum of 74. And to max out the egg, you need 48. So as you can tell, if you get minimum fruit here and you pick up all the fruit in this section, you won't have enough to max out your golden egg, which is where the RNG comes into the run. If you get some good RNG, then it shouldn't be a problem. You only lose points by about 2. You only lose 2 points. And I'll explain how this RNG will work in just a moment. But just know, if you don't get the good RNG, if you get 46 points, then you have to wait for these watermelons and pineapples that I'm standing right next to respawn. Which is on a timer. And it takes about 20 seconds, which is where the 20-second time loss comes into play. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just break down how we're going to route this RNG and how it all works together. So let's get on to that bit now. So we're going to start from this ring, and we're just going to run through what we do here. So we're going to get into this hoop, and we're going to come here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to break these blocks, but we're not going to pick up the fruit just yet, because it will just slow us down if we try to do so. So we're going to run through them like so, and we're going to pick up these 14 points right off the bat. So now we're at 14 points. As you can see, our egg has grown at 1 stage, meaning we have picked up at least 12 points. So next up, we're going to kill the big cats and try and determine what the RNG that we got was. And as he's facing away from us, we can get a nice quick kill. We got the pineapples. So here, I should be now at, so that's at 20 points plus 14 is 34 points. So we'll be around this stage, and then we're going to see what this other cat dropped. He dropped melons. So if we pick that up, that's an additional 10 points. We will be at 44 points. So to finish out maxing out our egg, we will just need to pick up these fruit on the side here. And as you can see, that's now 48 points. We've maxed out our egg. Awesome. Okay, so what happens if you didn't get good RNG drops like I did, and say the first cat dropped a banana? So you would then at that point, with all this fruit considered, you'd be at, give me 2 seconds, you'll be at 38 points. If you picked up the box fruit as well, you'll be at 38 points, and you need 10 more points. There are 8 enemies here, and meaning you could get a minimum of 8 points, or a maximum of 16, which is fine. But so basically here you need to pray that these cats drop at least, well, you need at least 2 of the fruit drops here needs to be cherries or pineapples to get 10 points, essentially. So here we got 11 points. And basically if we got bad RNG, we would have been able to max out our egg. So, but if you didn't get the 2 drops like I did, then you'd have to wait over here for these fruit to respawn, which they did for us because I've been sitting around explaining stuff. So you'd have to just come over here and wait. And that's basically the RNG section explained. It's pretty straightforward. I don't think I need to really explain it. Just know that you're just trying to make 48 points, and if you have the worst RNG drops, you should be at 38 points, and you just need to make up 10 points through the smaller enemies. And if you get 48 points right away, then pogging. But yeah, also if you get the perfect RNG drop, which I didn't actually explain, which is if both the cats drop good RNG, essentially you will have a maxed out egg already, because you will be at, is it 54 points? Yeah, you'll be at like 54 points, so you'll be way over what you need, and you can just dash jump, or you can just continue on and end the level. So perfect RNG saves you a lot of time, because you don't need to backtrack at all, but good RNG is also a good time save. And heck, even if you have to pick up the enemy fruit, there's still, you can save quite a lot of time if you do it really quickly. But yeah, after that point, we're going to dash jump across this gap like so, and you can just roll past this little gap as well, it's not a problem. And then we're just going to hatch our elder, roughly around here, it doesn't really matter where, as I've said. Come to the front of the Elder as always, because the saves him turning around. Also, yeah, I think I didn't say this in the Forest 1 tutorial, but the Elders always face the same way. So, essentially, you know, you don't need to like know what orientation the egg is. As long as you just hatch it, the Elder will always face this direction. So you always just come to this direction and talk to him and grab the emblem. But next up we have some more strats to explain, such as backups for the PDR, backups for the penguins, and just other ways that you can do the RNG section to maybe save some frames, and some strats that you can just do to give yourself just a little bit of an easier time. Okay, so now we're just going to talk about the cats, and we're going to do this bit first because I feel like it was important. I just didn't really explain it when I was talking about the RNG numbers. So, as you can see, the cat's sort of facing us right now. If we try and dash towards us, it will notice us and start to chase us. But let's try and get it to face away from us, like so. As you see, it staggers it. So if you can get the cat to face away, it will stagger and it's very easy to kill. But if it's going to charge us like this other cat is, then we'll have to be prepared to jump over its attack. You can kill it in a straight walk, free hit combo before he attacks, but it is quite tight, and honestly, when you're dealing with Golden Egg, you don't really want to lose your time here. So you go like hit him 2 times, do a jump, and then just hit him with the then just hit him again. You can dunk to hit him, but you should just get on the ground again. So 1, 2, jump, 1. But also, yeah, trying to. I also did that in the example as well. If you just egg shoot, you can drop the fruit immediately, and it's probably faster to do that, but it's also a lot riskier. Don't do it if you feel like you're going to lose a lot of time for doing it, or like say lose your golden egg in the process. Just, I guess, be mindful, do what you think is best. But as you see, we've got perfect RNG here, which was unexpected, and you can just, as you see, you don't need to pick up any more fruit, you can just go. It's pretty sick. Okay, so this section is dedicated to a backup strat that you can do for the penguins. If they start spinning too early on you, so that you cannot run through them. So just get our maxed out egg, and then let's just do a quick snipe on the penguin, like so, because this penguin shouldn't be a problem. If you snipe this penguin perfectly, that's fine. If you miss the shot, then he's going to mess you up, but we're not talking about him right now, we're talking about the other two. And then say the second penguin that we kill last notices you before we kill the first penguin, or the second penguin that we kill, then that's where the this is where this backup will come in handy. So let's attract him and kill the other penguin. So the penguin's coming towards us now. What we can do is we can do a full hop and just dunk on top of the penguin's head at the peak height, and that allows us to just go over the razor's hitbox and hit the penguin on top and kill him. This strat is quite risky though, so if you want to wait out the penguin, that is perfectly fine. But it should look something like this. So as you can see, we just bop him on the head. So next section, let's talk about the backup that we have for the PDR strat. So say you either don't have a giant egg, or you're just bad at this trick. That's not the end of the world, let's just discard this egg, we don't need this giant egg anymore. We're going to break these barrels, you actually don't need to break the barrels first, but we're going to push this egg into its corner. We're going to do an EDR instead of a PDR. What an EDR is, because I think this is going to be the only instance where you might see it in this tutorial. Actually no, it's one of 2 instances I think. No, it's the 3rd instance because we did it in the Fire Skip tutorial. Regardless, there's an egg in a corner. If we dash jump into this egg in the corner, you can get dummy height like so. So basically what we did, let's just put our egg back here. What we did was we just rolled our egg up into the corner like so, easily, and then we just tap it in. If we tap the egg in like so, it just sticks in the corner a bit easier. We then want to dash jump down the length of this wall, and then with the correct timing, I don't really know what the precise timing is or how to convey it in words. It's definitely a trial and error thing. With the precise timing, you will just get shot up and over the wall. This is redoable as long as you keep touching the eggs and making sure that they are refreshed. You can just keep doing this until you get it. It's way better than the boardwalk still, and so it should look like that. Pretty easy. Like I say easy, it's quite easy to mess up, but it's also really easy just to get on the fly. It's slower than PDR though, but you know, it's still a good strat. Additionally, what else do I need to mention? Let's talk about the timing. So if you go too early, you get usually knocked backwards. If you go too late, it should look something like something like that where you just knock the egg away, or sometimes you just like end up here for some reason. So that's a good way of trial and erroring it. So if you get like sent too far back, you're too early. If you get not enough height, you're too early. And if you get sent like weirdly here, then you're way too late. So that's all you need to know about the EDR. There's some boost strats you can also do. I'm going to teach them to myself very quickly. And then once I know the setups, we will discuss them and how to do them as well. So give me 2 secs, guys. Okay, so with the last like 2 minutes I've just been spending on this trick, I can teach you how to do this boost strat. So let's just reset our eggs. Let's pretend like we haven't been practicing this for like 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the boost strat. This is another way you can do an alternative to the EDR or the PDR. This way I would say it's pretty fast still, but I don't know if it's faster than the EDR. It might be faster than the EDR, but I haven't really looked into it. It's definitely not faster than the PDR though. That's without saying. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this egg and dunk it into this corner. It needs to be in the corner like so. We're then going to grab our golden egg and we're going to egg bounce on this spot. The reference spot I use is, I will freeze frame it right now. So there will be a little pause as I do here. But actually you can see it if no, you can't see it at all. So the top of the shadow of the egg is at the tip of this triangle, which is the one that is just behind this button, like so. And then once you're in this position, so the top of the shadow of the egg is touching the tip of that triangle, we're just going to hold forward, and it will look like this. And you just get zoomed up like that. So let's just set that up very quickly again. So let's dunk, jump, 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 and come here. 1, 2, hold forward. You get dummy height. Even if it gets at an angle, you can still make it up, but just make sure you're straight because that will give you the best odds. So come back here, dunk. As you can tell, I'm new at this, so I'm just playing with it because I'm having fun with it. But yeah, dunk, dunk, hold forward, get Wazoogied upwards, and you'll end up here. Awesome. Finally, the last strat that we have to talk about is an alternative way that you can do the final section. You can actually kill these cats first if you really want to, but I don't really recommend it as much because, like, if you don't get perfect RNG, you have to wait longer, which isn't really preferred in my opinion. It is technically faster, but if you get worst RNG, yeah, you're waiting for the pineapple spawn way longer than you would normally. So yeah, you pick up all the fruit faster this way, but you get punished way harder for worst RNG, so it's up to you how you want to do it. I don't do this personally, but I might just start doing it to get optimized. But yeah, if you find the dash jump around here too hard, or you keep hitting this gate, you can just egg bounce around. Just do what you want to get around. It doesn't really matter. Just do what you find is safe. It's the worst thing to happen here is to get perfect RNG or something like that, or a really good Circus one, and then just miss this dash jump at the end. But I think with that is everything that I want to cover in this tutorial. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Kyrone, and you've all been lovely. Make sure you join the Discord if you're interested in speedrunning this game. The link will be in the description, but if that link for some reason doesn't work anymore, there's a link on speedrun.com which will send you to the Discord. Additionally, you can follow me on Twitch, where I'll be doing a lot of Billy Hatch speedrun content. You can probably tell by the quality, well, you might not be able to tell by this, but the quality of my streams are going to be up very soon. Unlike these tutorials, but you know, it's up to you if you want to join. I won't hold it against you if you don't. Let's try and just do a corner clip to end this video off. I doubt this one will work. Ooh. Nope, there we are. See you guys.